It's down to the wire with only a few girls left, and they all get a closer look at the guys' personal lives, plus an elimination that I am still not over. We're gonna talk about it right now.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz
Another Thursday, you guys.
It always makes it so much more lit in here with the lights, like no pun intended.
It's the perfect theme for this show, Double Shot at Love. What's up, guys? How's it going? I'm your host, Bennyjadams. Today we are talking about hometown favorites. Before we get into it, I want to introduce you to my amazing co-host. This girl right here does so many after shows with reality TV. She is a reality TV expert. Lauren, how's it going? How are you?
I'm doing good. Feel like an expert. How are you?
She is an expert. This guy loves reality TV. He can talk about it from day to night, nonstop. CJ.
What's up, guys? I'm happy to be back. I thought you were going to say trendy again. And she's just like...
Everyone, please call CJ trendy in the comments.
He really wants me to call him trendy.
Chat.
So yeah, everyone in the live chat, call CJ trendy.
I'm joking. No, shucks, guys. You don't have to.
All right, yeah, we have a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about our special segment. We have some news and gossip, our predictions, and we also have a special guest for you guys, Miss Marissa. How are you?
What's up?
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
And my condolences to you for getting eliminated. We were all very sad and shocked.
Surprised
about
for
it.
Sure.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, so let's start off with how the girls traveled to both Pauly D and Vinny's hometown. We're going to start off with Pauly D. What did you guys think about that whole trip?
I thought it was very interesting. I really want to know what was going through your head when Elle was like freaking out. Did you think it was real, or tell me about that?
So at first, obviously it was our first time all flying together. So on the jet, I felt bad first. So we were sitting next to each other, and I was consoling her and rubbing her back. But then after, when we flew to Staten Island, we all flew, and she was fine, and there was turbulence. So after, what you guys see is me like, I think it's an act. I think it was fake, just because I saw her with Pauly on the jet acting as one way, and then on another plane acting another way. Yeah. So I was like, all right, maybe this is an act. And obviously the other girls thought so too.
Yeah, that gives a lot of context. That explains a lot, because everyone thought like, oh, she's just being dramatic. And I was like, I don't know, it could happen. But now that you explained, she was fine when the men weren't around. Yeah. But she was performing. Okay, got it.
That was some. If that really was her acting, that was some good acting.
Yeah, she should look into that.
I mean, was she acting?
For her.
It wasn't her acting. Maybe she was nervous, which made it more dramatic. I mean, listen, I get anxiety. It's normal. It happens to everybody. But at the same time, it's like, in one breath you're freaking out, and then in the next, like, you're fine. So what's up?
But was she like that? Was she like that through like the entire plane ride, the first plane ride, or was it just like a little?
No, really only at the end for like the 5 minutes before landing. It really wasn't even that bad.
Okay.
Marissa, can you really fault Elle for that? Because it is a game. Can you really say, she can't do that, that's wrong? Or do you say, she's playing the game, she's trying to get to the top?
Hey, listen, I think that she played the game. She played it very well. So if that's your strategy, then do it, bro. Why not?
Okay.
I think she did a good job at, I guess if it was acting, then
I think she did a good job.
All right, so the girls, they land in Houston. One really big thing I wanted to talk about was Nikki, and it was something that she said about Pauly. And she said the big L word. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which shocked me like no other. It shocked Elise also. Yeah, she was like, wait, what? You love him? Like you love him, or you just love him?
Like you love your mama. Yeah.
Right. Marissa, do you think at that point in time that Nikki really did love Pauly D, or was she just saying that to say that?
I think Nikki from the jump had very strong feelings for Pauly, so I think it might have felt like love, like very strong feelings, but it's not actually love. So I think it just came out the wrong way she said it. I wouldn't have used like I love Pauly, I'm in love with Pauly. Like I would have just been like I really have strong feelings for Pauly. Like I think I'm falling for him, but maybe she is in love with him. I don't freaking know.
Lauren, what did you think?
I don't know. I have whole different thoughts on love in general, but I mean, I don't know. People can feel love, I guess, after 8 weeks. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
I mean, she's definitely for sure infatuated. That's clear.
Yeah. I mean, even if she does love him, I mean, it's no big deal. It's her feelings. So
yeah. I agree with you, Marissa. I do think, you know, she's in a situation, a very special situation where, you know, she's meeting this guy, everything is going super fast, so maybe she did get those feelings, but maybe they really weren't, you know, I love you feelings. But you never know. And like you said, they're her feelings, so right, exactly. Well, someone who is also vying for Pauly's attention is Darren, and I'm so proud of Darren for this episode because
I was like, yeah, girl.
Yes,
so
exactly. Like she went for it. And then Marissa, a question for you is, you know, is it easy for the girls to just get one-on-one time? Can they just walk and go and hang out with Vinny or Pauly, or was it a little harder?
It was hard because at the end of the day, we all tried to be respectful of each other. So we wanted to give each other a decent amount of time for their one-on-ones. And we didn't want to be rude and interrupt each other. But it definitely was a challenge and very hard to have that one-on-one time with boys and not get interrupted. I mean, it is a competition. So at one point in one of the episodes, like you saw, I interrupted Holly's convo because I needed that one time because I didn't have it yet.
That was awesome, by the way. That's when I became a fan of you, when you did that, by the way.
Yeah.
When you saw, or when Darren came back and was like, I guess, boasting about it, were you guys salty about that? Because I remember there was one confessional that you said, you were like, Darren isn't trashy, but I wouldn't do that. And I was like, oh.
No, I wasn't salty at all. The other girls probably, especially Nikki, I mean, the look on her face when Darren walked in. I knew exactly what Darren was like going to do to go get her one-on-one time, and I don't blame her for that. Like I would have done that too, not in his bedroom, just because when you're on TV, even if you're not going into the room to hook up with them and have sex with them, it could be portrayed as that. So I would never put myself in that situation. That's what I meant by that comment. Yeah. Darren is a very, very classy girl. I have to give it to all the girls in the show. They are very classy.
They are.
In retrospect, though, would you say that you, knowing that you went home that episode, that you would have went in? Or you still think you would have went to Pauly's room? In retrospect, like Darren, you think that could have made a difference for you in the elimination part, or you still would have done the same thing?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that had to do with me getting eliminated.
Okay.
What did you guys think about Darren's and Pauly's relationship? Like, are you feeling it? Are you not feeling it?
I like that she went and, you know, stepping up. Just like, I think honestly, I feel like Marissa was kind of like the catalyst for it all. When she went and kind of broke up Nikki and him on the stairs, then everyone else was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get competitive now. Yeah. That's why we were I don't know if you saw our like clip on that, but we were excited. Like, finally, someone's shaking it up. It's getting real flavor of love in here, real messy. We like it. We like the competition. So I was glad Darren did it.
We were always kind of like, he's always with Nikki, and I was just like, I'm probably going to look like a bitch for this, but I need to do something. So I put my foot down and I was like, screw it, I'm going to shoot my shot. And I interrupted their convo and I was like, I want my one-on-one time with you. I want to get to know you more.
Good for you.
I want to talk to you. Like,
I agree with that. What about you, CJ? Are you a fan of Darren and Pauly?
I mean, I think Darren and Nikki are both like the two strongest personalities in the house, in my opinion. And they're both like that's why they're enemies, because they both have like similar dynamic personalities. Wait, what was the question?
Are you a fan of Darren and Pauly D?
Okay, so I know that Darren is your friend, Marissa, but I haven't been that much of a fan. Just because. Wait, what?
I said, oh.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know because yeah, I don't know how to answer this.
I actually became a fan of Darren after watching that.
I'm not necessarily a fan of her, but I do like to see. I like to see. I honestly respect everybody for going on this show because I couldn't do it first off, so I'm fanning y'all all for that, standing y'all because that's hard. But I do like to see it being shaken up, and it's funny in the chat, like how people are saying like we hate certain people, we love certain people, and it like changes every week. So that's crazy. But I like to see things shake up on the show because otherwise it's just boring.
Exactly.
We're just watching the same like matchup the whole time.
And Darren, she had like the guts to just step it up and like do her thing.
Yes, cat lady with the claws out. Finally,
right?
Keep them out.
So yeah, I really like that. Another thing I really liked is how all of you guys got to see, Pauly D in action, DJing at a club. What was that like, Marissa? Just to be like in the background, like dancing, having fun.
That was honestly a surreal feeling. Like watching the show now, like I like lived through it again, and I'm like, oh my god, this happened. And like I feel like all the emotions again like resurface. I've actually never seen Pauly ever like live like performing, so just firsthand for the first time and like taking it all in, it was insane, like insane.
Awesome. What did you guys think about all that?
It was cool. It looked like nobody in the crowd could move. It looked packed. Looked packed, high energy.
Hey, he's popular. Pauly D is popular.
Was that your first Pauly D concert or event or whatever?
That was, and he sold out. He sells out all the time.
He does.
Yeah, it definitely looks sold out.
He does. So since this was your first experience, I have to ask you, like on a rate from 1 to 10, what would you give Pauly D's DJing skills?
I would give it 100.
100? Nice.
Wow.
I guess because I've never seen him live either.
Me either.
So I have to go see him.
Now.
Let's do it. Let's just get a ticket right now. He's in Vegas.
He's always in Vegas.
Yeah.
I've been to one of his shows and they're really in Vegas. They're really fun. Yeah, they are really fun. I don't know where I was going with that. I just wanted to put that in there.
So after that whole excursion to see, how Pauly D lived his life, the girls all went to Vinny's place. But before we go into that, we have a special announcement from Lauren.
Yes, we do. Hey, guys, before we move on to the next topic, we wanted to thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV Talk. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, leave us a 5-star rating because the other stars don't really matter. We so enjoy doing what we love here at AfterBuzz, and we appreciate you guys in supporting us and doing what we love.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Oh,
Lauren.
that was awesome.
Thanks.
That was great.
Good
like
job
always.
as usual. All right, so the girls went on a new trip this time to see, how Vinny lived his life, and this one was completely different from the first trip. Pauly D's was more, stay out all night, party hard. This one was more low key, laid back. See how Vinny lives his nice little hometown life. Marissa, out of both of those two trips, which one did you like the most?
It's hard because I'm very family oriented, so of course I love to be around family, and Vinny's house and being there felt like home, and just to see like how he was raised and how welcoming he is and how homey his house is, like I literally felt like I was at home. And then Pauly's lifestyle and being with him and being on a show with him, it was insane. So I mean, I loved both, but if I had to choose, it'd probably be Pauly.
Yes, I was gonna say Pauly's the most fun out of. No offense to Vinny, but Pauly is the most fun. I would rather go party at a Pauly D concert than like have a sleepover in onesies.
Okay, so you would choose Pauly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
I'm
would you choose?
gonna go, girl. Like I don't stop, I don't sit still, and that's exactly how Pauly is. So I'd be very content with that lifestyle.
What about you, Lauren? Who would you pick?
Yeah, which trip would you have rather?
I would like both of them, but probably the Pauly experience.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I can see like do the chill thing with onesies anytime. But
True,
yeah.
but couldn't you still do the party experience with Vinny?
How? No, like
my
he's not a
God.
DJ.
He's
Vinny
not a
can still go to
DJ, but
clubs.
he can still go to
He's
clubs.
a Chippendales dancer.
Exactly.
Thank you now.
He's very well known. He's just as popular, I think, as Pauly.
That's a lie.
I think he's just as popular. Has Pauly been on the Chippendales?
I mean, has Vinny played at the Venetian?
Let's end this. Let's end
true.
this. Marissa,
That's
who do you
true.
think is more popular,
Wait,
Vinny or
she can't
Pauly?
answer.
I feel like they're both very popular, but in different ways. Pauly's known for his music and
Yeah.
DJing and traveling, and then Vinny's like known for the Keto Guido.
Yeah.
Keto Guido.
Wait,
I like
who's
that.
I forgot whose like side were you on more, like Pauly or Vinny's?
At first, I was very undecided, and then I like made my choice for Pauly.
Okay.
What attracted you to Pauly?
Pauly was just very more outgoing and loud and just kind of how I am personality-wise. And he's like a go-getter and a hustler. Not that Vinny isn't, he is too. But Vinny's more on the timid side and very shy. And he's introvert and I'm an extrovert. So I need an extrovert also. So
Okay.
it's Pauly.
That's fair.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so something else that I loved about this trip was we got a surprise visit
It's my favorite
from
Jersey
Snooki.
Shore.
Yeah, I was actually excited.
MVP of the Jersey Shore.
My favorite Jersey Shore.
What was that experience like, Marissa? What was it like meeting Snooki? Like, what was she like?
Yeah, and were you a fan of the Jersey Shore before?
Yeah, so growing up, I always watched the Jersey Shore. I was a huge fan. I did Jersey Thursdays every night with my
Nice,
friends, either
nice.
my house or my friends' houses. So growing up watching them and living in a house with Pauly and Vinny, it was like, holy shitballs. And then all of a sudden we're eating like appetizers at the restaurant, like an antipasto, and freaking Snooki walks in. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, that was the last person I expected to walk in. Like, I was thinking it was Vinny's mom or like Uncle Nino, but it was Snooki. And I was like, oh my God, this is nuts.
So is Snooki's personality, is it really like what we see on all the shows that
Yeah,
she's
is she
been
as
on, or
crazy?
is it different?
No, Snooki is literally what you see on TV is how she is. She's a sweetheart. She's down to earth. Like, she's as real as it gets. She's an awesome girl.
That's
Love
awesome.
her.
Something
Yeah.
else awesome that I liked was how she got to know you guys, and she was asking you like all these questions.
With the clipboard and the crayon.
Yeah. Were you
So funny.
caught off guard by that? Was it a little nerve-wracking?
No, because I'm very open. So if you want to ask me something, I'm gonna give you the answer whether you like it or not.
Mhm.
So I actually liked that she wanted to get to know us and that she was actually really looking out for her friend Vinny, and she really wanted to see like, all right, let's cut to the chase. Let's get down to it. I'm gonna start asking you girls some questions to put you on the spot, and I like that because that's how I am too. So.
And she said that she and Susie looked alike, but I don't see that at all.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? I see that.
Really?
I see more. It's more of their personality, I think, but I kind of can see a
I
similarity.
think she meant more so like the dark hair, like
They're
the
both
petite.
short. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Not
like
the
it's a
actual
mixture
face.
of Marissa and Susie
Mhm.
that equals Snooki.
And you know
I
what
can see that.
Don't you think by
Yeah.
looks wise?
Right. And so this is like the second visit from someone from like the Jersey Shore
Yeah.
show. And Angela, she came in, she riled things up. Snooki was more of the, more
Cool girl.
level-headed type
Yeah.
of. Which one did you like more, Marissa?
I wouldn't choose between either of them. I liked both of them equally.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of who you didn't or who you liked better, someone in the comments are asking, why were you salty about Nikki the whole time she was there?
Oh my God, I get this a million times a day. Why was I salty that Nikki was there?
Why were you salty towards her the whole time she was there, or about her the whole time she was there?
So I was not salty at all. Jealousy is not in my vocabulary because I know a lot of people are saying that me, Lashes, and Darren are jealous. With me, I'm a very real person, so I'm
Mhm.
always going to give you the truth, whether it hurts or not. That's how you take it. So instead of being fake like some of the other girls in the house where they were always side chatting and gossiping about Nikki and not actually saying it to her, I had the balls and I manned up and said it to her face like I would do it anybody else in the house. So I guess for me, I get the shit under the stick and I look like I'm jealous and I'm a bitch and I'm salty and I'm this, I'm that. But at the end of the day, I'm real. So if being real means that I'm salty and jealous and a bitch, then so be it. I'd rather be real than fake.
Yeah. So then what is your stance on Nikki?
So my stance on Nikki, I do not have any bad blood towards that girl. I don't hate her at all.
Good.
Obviously, you guys don't see everything. We are filming 24/7, 7
Right.
days a week. Even when we are sleeping, we are still on camera. So there were times where me and Nikki were getting along. We were talking. There was a time in the house where she ran out of lashes. I gave her a pair of my lashes. I was like, here, you want a pair of mine? And she wore them. So it wasn't like I was always at Nikki's throat, always fighting with her or going at her. There were times where we got along, but unfortunately, you guys didn't get to see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So going back to the show, one of the girls, or several girls, had to say this about Vinny. And they said that Vinny is a pimp.
Yes.
Vinny got, I think this was the most action that Vinny got in the episode.
I have to say, Vinny's a very horny guy.
And he is not shy about that.
Like, come on,
he is
guys.
not shy about that.
No, but he literally hooked up with 3 girls within an hour. We were like, whoa, Vin, what are you doing?
Right. That's I was like, go Vinny. I was proud for him. I was happy for him. What do you think was like who had the strongest relationship, or not the strongest relationship, but the strongest bond, Marissa, during that night, out of the 3 girls that he hooked up with?
The strongest, I would say, Elise.
I really liked Elise this episode.
Yeah.
I can see that.
She was Miss Snarky.
Yeah, like
for this episode.
Like Vinny said, oh, she talks. Like, I was on the same page.
Yeah, like
Elise is more on the quiet side, and it takes her a little bit to step out of her shell, which I expect because we were all like that on the show. I mean, we're never put in that situation where you have to date 2 guys at the same time, no less they're best friends. So this episode, I loved Elise. Like, we got to see more of her personality. She spoke up more, and she really came out of her shell. And they're cute together.
Nice. What did you guys think about Maria? How she kind of she didn't really have a meltdown, but she went into the bathroom to cry a little bit because she was bummed about him hooking up with the other girls.
I don't know. I mean, that kind of like helped her too, because she showed that she really did care enough to like go cry. So I mean, I felt like that helped her.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Lauren?
I didn't see that coming. I don't know if I was like looking down or something, but I just looked up and she was like in the bathroom crying. I was like, whoa, that was quick. But to your point, I do think maybe that does prove, just like Elise, her speaking out this episode kind of proved like to him, like, oh, I really like you. That helped Maria, I'm sure.
Right.
Did everyone notice in the house that she was crying in the bathroom?
No, I actually didn't even know she was crying up until tonight, seeing it on TV. I had no idea.
Marissa, is it hard, or was it hard to see other girls hooking up with Pauly D and Vinny emotionally?
No. I mean, wait, you just cut out.
Was it hard emotionally to see other girls hooking up with Pauly D?
I mean, was it annoying? Yes, but was it hard where like I wanted to cry? No. I mean, I know what I was getting myself into.
Okay.
I know the situations that I knew what situation I was getting into and what I was about to see go down. So I kind of just prepared myself for that. And at the end of the day, it's up to them with what they want to do and who they're feeling more. So you kind of just got to bite your tongue.
Right.
It's honestly all like mental. Like if you're not headstrong, you're not really going to last in the house. You knew what you were walking into. You knew you were going to be on a reality dating show. There were going to be other girls. Obviously, there was going to be hookups and whatever else. So you kind of had to expect it. You can't flip out.
Right, okay. And so that brings me back to Maria for crying, because I was shocked that she was crying, because I thought, Marissa, that Maria had more of your personality, where she would just rub it off. She wouldn't care. You know, this is a dating show. She knows what she signed up for. Plus, she's been on another dating show, so she knows what to expect. So that's why I was shocked that, you know, she was feeling a little sad.
It was a gameplay.
You think so?
I mean, maybe. She was like crying because she knew it would get his attention.
Maybe. Marissa, do you think that was a gameplay?
I have no comment about that one.
Wow. Okay. We're getting somewhere now. But no, that really does bring me back to, you know, all the times when the girls got mad for someone hooking up with Vinny or Pauly. You know, I always say, like, it's a game. Like, that's what's going to happen. Yeah. You know, Nikki, she would get upset if someone hooked up with Pauly D. And I'm like, it's a game. Darren, all the other girls. So I just never understood that. And so now you're bringing this up saying, you know, you didn't really care. You knew what you signed up for. So good for you, Marissa.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So people in the chat are also wondering, who were you close with in the house, and who were you like enemies against in the house?
The East Coast girls, duh.
Yeah, so we were East Coast, Beast Coast, because me and Lashes are from Long Island and Darren's from Jersey. Holly was also in the mix. And our room situation with sleeping was me, Darren, Lashes, and Holly. So we were like East Coast, Beast Coast. The closest and that I still am today are Darren and Lashes. I literally talk to those girls like 1,000 times a day. Yeah. And enemies, I have no enemies. I don't have any bad blood towards anybody in that house. In life, I don't go around hating people. Mm-hmm. I tell you how I feel and I move on from it. That's just how I am.
Okay. So, staying on the topic of Vinny, Elle and Vinny had a one-on-one. Now, we all know that Elle, she's playing both sides, which I think is a very smart move to do.
Yeah, I thought that was a really smart move of her.
Thank you. You know, she's playing the game.
Yeah.
Vinny seems he's a little indifferent about it. Do you think that's a good thing, that he's kind of feeling worried that Elle is also into Pauly D?
You know, I think that's definitely a good sign for Elle because it shows that Vinny actually does care, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a good sign, but I don't blame Elle for doing what she did. I know a lot of people are like, oh, like, send her home. She's playing both teams. But, like, they're doing the same thing. So what's the big deal? Yeah. If they're doing it, why not her? It's a competition. She needs to figure out who she's there for.
And it's called a double shot at love.
Yeah.
You know? So Vinny hooked up with 3 girls. One of the girls that he didn't hook up with was Brittany.
Brittany.
And what do you guys think of Brittany at this point?
Honestly, she gotta go. She's like literally. I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Speak your truth. They're gonna say you're mean in the chat anyway.
She doesn't seem like she fits the group of girls. Like, she seems like, no offense to all the other girls and you, Marissa, but she seems like she's like more, how can I say this? More like matured. Like, everyone else is more like still like in the young mindset.
Well, she has a 16-year-old daughter, that's so she had to mature fast.
Well, yeah, that's why I feel like she doesn't mix well with them or Pauly or Vinny.
I don't know. My only concern is I feel at this point she should kind of know who she's leaning towards. Like, she's still so in the middle, and it's like, we're getting down to the wire here. You should at least know who you like more.
She doesn't know because she knows that she's not like them. Like, everyone else is more similar to them, but, like, Brittany is not like them at all.
I mean, they chose her over me, so they gotta see something.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I'm wondering, Marissa, is there something that we're not seeing? Are they editing things out from Brittany, or?
Yeah, so Brittany actually, I think it was, I don't remember what night it was, one of the past episodes, they actually cut out her whole date. She actually had a one-on-one with Vinny, and they went out to dinner, and they actually got to leave the house, and they did kiss there. So I feel bad because they didn't show that of her making a connection. But she definitely did stick her neck out and try to make the connection with Vinny. I don't know what happened on the date or how it went or the feelings that were brought up, but from that date. But she definitely was the more mature one out of all of us in the house, and we always said, like, she's like the mom of the house.
Right.
Because she had to grow up fast because she has a daughter.
Right.
But that's why I don't think that this is her lifestyle.
Yeah, she's just in a different stage of her life.
True. I'm still rooting for her because it seems like her and Vinny, they mesh well. You know, Vinny's not looking for, you know, the party girl. He's looking more of a a girl that can just settle down with.
Party girl though. He wants a girl who can party, but then can take her back to
I'll do one better. I think he needs a party girl because he's so reserved. He
True.
needs someone like a Maria,
right,
who can like take him up, but then also be chill.
Right.
Like I think he needs someone who can kind of like get lit to pull him out of his shell.
Okay. All right. So real quick, we're gonna go to the part that I am not ready for: elimination. You guys saw I was not happy. Yeah. You know, Marissa, I was so bummed that you left, and I was also bummed that freaking Susie left. I was not seeing that. Marissa, did you know that she was going to be leaving, or could you tell that she was going to get eliminated?
That was random.
No, I honestly, at that elimination beforehand, we were all like, "Who do you think's gonna leave? Who do you think's gonna leave?" And we were like, "Honestly, we have no idea." We really had no idea that Susie was gonna leave, or myself.
CJ, who do you think should have left, or do you think they made the right choice?
I kind of like knew that Marissa was leaving because there's a formula in this show, because like every time someone gets a lot of airtime in the beginning, because every time Marissa was the only like confessional, that's when you know that person's leaving. So like the show kind of made that obvious.
Okay.
And then, but I thought the other one was gonna be like Brittany.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
They didn't even give Susie her like.
Yeah, because
airtime,
we didn't.
like usually.
We didn't really.
Yeah,
see
that's what I was
Susie.
upset about. We really didn't.
Yes,
we barely
we did.
saw her this episode. Marissa, do you? Obviously, I'm pretty sure you didn't. You don't think they made the right choice for you. Who do you think should have got eliminated in place of you and Susie?
I think Brittany should have.
Okay.
Not just because I was up against her, but there was a lot of things that you guys didn't get to see. So some things that were cut out was I did have one-on-one time with Vinny for like an hour talking, getting to know him. One night, Pauly asked me to bake cookies with him, and we had like a little one-on-one date, if you want to call it a date, making cookies and getting to know each other more. So I really did put myself out there and open up to the boys. And even like after I opened up to Pauly with our little one-on-one making cookies, he like went back that night and told Vinny everything, and then Vinny grabbed me and he was like, I actually want to get to know you. Like Pauly was telling me some stuff. So I thought I was in a good place, but you never know. You never know where you're at. Even if you think you're doing good, you're probably not. So.
Right. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna move on to our special segment.
Yes.
Top 3 relationships.
I thought you were talking about the other special segment.
No, top 3 relationships. We're just gonna talk about it real quick. Who would you
Should we
think?
all just do one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just all do one.
You start.
Elise and Vinny, or Maria and Benny /
Elise and Vinny / Okay.
Okay.
I think my top one would be Snooki, actually, and what's her name? The Maria.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am starting to like Elle and Vinny together.
Okay.
Surprisingly, at first I was really into Elle and Pauly, but seeing them this episode, I really like them.
And I didn't mean I didn't mean Maria. I meant Snooki and Brittany, because Snooki loved Brittany.
Oh yeah.
Right. Marissa, what about you? Who are your top 3 relationships?
It's hard.
Or your top one.
I definitely say Elise and Vinny.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And you,
cool.
I just want to shout you out because you left in such a classy way.
You did.
In the elimination.
Kudos.
And I love the
to
speech.
you.
Like, I'm not going to say F you. I'm just going to be like, yeah, you handled that extremely well.
Thank you. I was like, peace out, shit show.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So it's time for our predictions for next week's episode.
TV predictions.
What do you guys think?
Oh, okay. So my prediction, the family's gonna come in. We saw that, and then I think one of the families are gonna like not really care too much about the guys. I think one of them are gonna have like a really reserved and conservative family, and they're not gonna like them, and that person's gonna leave.
Right. What about you, Lauren?
I think that Brittany's daughter, hopefully she comes. I think she'll be interesting.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'm very interested in seeing, what Brittany's parents are gonna be like. Since she's so like well reserved, like what is she gonna be like?
Yeah.
But we'll just have to wait and see. But Marissa, thank you again so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. We're sorry to see you got eliminated. You're definitely going to be missed.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I had so much fun talking to you guys.
No worries. All right, guys. Well, that is all the time that we have for today. Thank you again for joining us. I'm your host, Bennyjadams. You can find me on social media everywhere at Bennyjadams.
And I am Lauren Mayo. You can find me on Instagram at laurenoutloud.
And I'm CJ your boy. You can find me everywhere at icjwalker, even on YouTube, because I'm a YouTuber. And our special guest, do you have anything that you want to say before we head out?
Definitely keep watching, even though me and B Lashes are gone, because we still have one that goes to the house. I'm excited to see what goes on.
And where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Marissa Lucchese MTV. So follow, and I'm also still going to continue live tweeting and doing lives after the Thursday's episodes, even though I'm off. So keep watching, guys.
We will definitely be watching that.
Everybody supporting me. Thank you so much. I love you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa, and thank you guys again for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.